Guys who used to be the Hawk game a couple of years ago, we used to call him Chris and Nate.
Welcome to the Fourplex, folks. We got our Moncton Hawks wearing their retro jerseys tonight, looking for some redemption against our only loss of the year, the Southern Rangers from St. John. Looking for a quick start here by our boys this time, as they got in the hole a little bit last time. Here we go. Hawks win the draw. That goes all the way back. Rangers on the attack right away. Hawks moving the puck up the ice into the neutral zone. That's off the stick and right back in. Richford back to stop it. Again, Rangers putting on great pressure. Hawks are going to have to be quick with their passes here to get through. Right back in again as Rangers, 30 seconds in, have already put it deep 3 times. Hawks trying to settle things down here. They get across the red. Shot right on. He throws it in the corner. Rangers coming back the other way now. Good job by McPherson to bump his man off the puck. Hawks able to shoot it down into the zone. Rangers now looking for a passing outlet as Cormier is all over him. Cormier now trying to get his stick involved. McPherson. That's knocked in. It'll take me a sec here, folks, to get used to the names as these new jerseys look just ever so slightly different. Rangers in, looking for a pass, centering pass, but that's knocked away right away. Here come the Hawks. So he's bumped off the puck. Rangers now crossing the red line. They shoot it in deep. That's deflected in the corner by Richford. Rangers right back on it, get it to the D-man. D-man just bobbles it for a half second. Can't quite get the shot he wanted. There's a quick shot. Another rebound. Jaden with the save early as the Rangers look for that quick pass in the slot area like they always do, and they got a shot on net and almost able to put in the rebound. Hawks win the draw. There's a battle now behind the net. That pops out. Robichaud now trying to chip it out. Rangers able to keep that in. Robichaud overskates it, and that will be offside. Hawks their jerseys looking like the old AHL Moncton Hawks that used to play at the old Coliseum. Here's a 2-on-1 burn up. Quick shot, but that's sticked at the last second. Now from behind the net, out to the D. D shoots right on, but deflected up and over. Well, Tony, 2.5 minutes in. Hawks looking a little bit better. Both teams still trying to fight for who's going to take over the game. I'm sure it'll be a close one here as we go through the rest of the periods. Here's a quick shot. I don't know if that made it to the net or was knocked down by the defenseman, but looked like Patterson was looking for the screen. Deep behind the Rangers net as little Brody Estabrooks Our call-up, filling in for Cedric Fournette. Kept in at the line there by Boudreau. Boudreau is now on the chase. He's got Esterbrooks to back him up as he fires it back in. Cameron Martin still out. Cedric Fournette out for a couple weeks here now. So the Hawks will be looking to hold off their competition until they can get back as best as possible. Here's a chance. Turns around and fires. That goes off the arm of the Rangers player. Another quick shot right in the slot. Good chance there by the Hawks. They put it in deep. Chance in the corner there by Boudreau, but that's chipped. Not quite out as McPherson puts it right back on net. Good job there by the Hawks holding them into the zone.
Yeah, better start from the Hawks this game. Last couple of games we had a bit of a slow start, but kind of holding our own here so far. That's a good sign.
Yes, sir. Looking to put that puck on net whenever they can, and they did so in that last couple shifts. So hopefully we can keep that up. Here's another draw won by the Hawks. Gaudette now just tries to fire that right on net. Gets knocked down by a shin pad, now in deep. Behind the net, Cormier centered it out. Now back up to the D. Seems to be a common theme like the old school days. And by old school, I mean 5 to 7 games ago. Just get it back out to the D and create havoc. Doing a great job so far. McPherson now back up to Gaudette. Gaudette down to McPherson. Cormier now. Cormier tries to center it out to McPherson. And a 2-on-2 brewing up here as the Rangers come back the other way. They elect to flick that in. And now behind the net. Hawks player goes down, but Cormier is back there to help him out. And now we're going to get another penalty called here as I'm not sure who's getting called here. As it looked like Robinson was trying to get up and get his stick, or Gaudette, sorry. But they're going to call Gaudette. The referee, Gaudette, calls Gaudette. And a 2-minute call.
Yeah, they got tangled up there, and he didn't appreciate the hold on the stick. He's trying to get away, but
4-minute call. That little bit of a call was a 4-minute. I hate to see that in a game. You see a game, both teams trying to battle it up. That's a play behind the net that he was holding on to his stick. There was a little bit of battle there. Just let them go. Tell them what you don't want them to do for the next couple rounds. But to call a 4-minute, not even 5 minutes into the game when both teams establish in position, I don't like that. So a big chance here for the Rangers. Rangers off the draw. They pick up the puck. Rangers again, we look to see them go east to west with that puck as they try to move it through the slot. Even the streaking defenseman coming down. They like to move that puck that way. They also got great defensemen who can shoot the puck. They had good success last game against us as they scored a couple shorthanded. Hawks have done a better job as of late killing them off. Let's see how they do here. Rangers now. Little reverse to their man, but he's knocked off the puck, and now Robichaud able to flick it down the ice as the Hawks hurry up to go for a change. Pass made by the goalie all the way up the ice, looking for a drop pass, and here's a chance as he goes around. Quick shot. Richford the save. Got to be careful on those changes. If they're slow for a half a second, some of these second-year goalies can really fire that puck up the ice. We already seen Terrio from the Flyers this year get his assist.
Yeah, that's right. They turned that around quickly. Have to be aware coming off the bench.
.302 to go in the power play here. Hawks able to win that one. They chip it around the boards. Millier now going to be first on it as he gives a big enough backhand to clear the zone. That one's cut off by Cornette Patterson. Rangers right back in the zone. As they take a quick shot. It looked like it was going to be a pass to the boards, but it got cut down, landed on the stick right in the slot. He didn't get all of it. Rangers now being attacked, harassed there by two Hawks, and they're able to come up with the puck and send it the other way. Rangers back in the zone, looking for the slot. Quick shot just off the side of the net as he was cutting across the middle and put it to the short side. Hawks able to clear the zone once again. We're in the final 2 minutes here. Rangers up ice over the red line as he tries to stick handle through, but he was met with some resistance. Two Rangers try to help him out, but the Hawks able to win that battle and send it back the other way. Rangers for a quick up pass. Richford's going to drop that for Robinson, or St. Clair, sorry, who tries to clear the zone with a slapper. Doesn't quite make it. Rangers get it to the point. Quick shot, lots of action. Jaden stays on his feet. Knocks that down now in the slot. Little backhand, goes wide. Player's knocked down there as he sort of hit him from behind. Rangers now trying to set something up from behind the net. They're working here, looking for that cross-ice pass. There it is, quick shot. Oh, nice block. Nice block there by St. Clair. Those are the little things we need. Guys stepping up and doing small little things, but the totality of them over a course of a game can mean the difference. Now behind the net, Rangers trying to get something going. Robinson goes down, not sure if he caught the side of the net, but he ends up with a puck and he tries to fire it out, doesn't get much wood on it, that's kept in. And eventually the Hawks able to clear it down the zone. 20 seconds to go here in this 4-minute power play for the Rangers. That skirts off the stick, and McPherson takes a swing, unable to get it down ice. Rangers come right back in as they got one last effort here before Gaudette able to get out of the box. Possession's key here. Nice little pass out front. Oh, that almost went in as that was right in front of the net. And again, the Hawks player had to come over for support as that puck almost, or the player almost had an empty net to put that in. We're back to 5-on-5. The Hawks able to get through that. Let's see if we can get back on pace. Here's a chance for a breakaway just off the stick of Gaudette. Gaudette's looking out front. That goes off his skate. Patterson tries to kick it out to Gaudette. Lots of action going on here. There's Cormier. I'd like to see him finish that hit there instead of poking at it with his stick. But nonetheless, the puck's still in the zone. He takes a shot. That's wide now. Robichaud gets caught up in the ref's feet. He's still got it back to the point. Rangers able to knock it out as the Rangers was playing back high there. Forward's going to have to recognize that, know when to walk, and know when to get it back to the point as that's trickled in by Cornette Patterson. Refuse now on the attack as he bumps his man. Rangers over the line, and O'Toole's put down hard. Great job there at the line. Now Rangers behind the net. Refuse throws his body. Casey now. Couple Hawks, we're seeing them fall here. Oh, another big hit by Refuse. Here's the Rangers walking in. Jaden with the blocker save. These Rangers, they like to make these quick little shifty moves, and sometimes they're not able to get much wood on, but they get some good chances. Here's a chance. That should have been a penalty. We'll take that. It wasn't. As two Rangers alone in front of the net. A little hook on the elbow, but we'll take it. And now Millier is caught up with one player. Ref's letting this one go.
Yeah, Rangers are clutching and grabbing there.
Rangers do a great job overall playing on the edge, getting away with. Here's another chance as the Rangers busting down again. Oh, and they're going to call that one a hooking. And it looks like the Rangers are going to go back on the power play as the referee, the same referee, calls another one. He let so much go that last little bit. But Nonetheless, that one was a pull down. Well, can they do it again? We're going to find out. This one's only 2 minutes. Just over halfway through the game. Right off the draw, the Rangers try to get a quick attack. Now at the back end, they chip it in deep. Great pressure there by St. Clair as he looks to reverse that one. Now, Little McPherson with the bump, smallest guy in the ice. And their player dives like he's in the Olympics. Rangers now just over the center as they got a little path to walk towards the net. You see that they're getting that little lane and they're trying to work it. Rangers sometimes elect to go into that diamond shape where they really use the east to west power play system. Another call, this time against the Rangers, as he calls a hold. So we'll go to 4-on-4. Lots of open ice here now for both teams. Or both looking to strike first. Hawks win the draw. Millier back to Richard. Richard shot on net, but not a soul to be seen in front of the net. And the goalie easily grabs that. Might have to start taking some of the players like the old Mighty Ducks movie and tie them up in front of the net and let players shoot on them here. If these boys used to having some traffic in front. Millier now. Rangers. Cormier loses a stick. He's got to go back to get it. Rangers come back the other way. Great step up there by Richard. We've seen a lot of that in the early season of our Hawks. Jump in the play before it has time to develop. That was a great job there. That's puck. Plays a little ping pong action as it bounces off a couple sticks. Now up to Cormier. Cormier tries to get around. Puck just jumps off him though. Now he tries to center it all the way over. A quick shot off the stick of the goalie and off the glass behind the net. Cormier able to create a turnover. He's looking for a quick shot. Scores! Nice little move as he fakes the shot. Pulls it back and puts it right under the glove for goal number 1 of the game. And we're still going to be in 4-on-4 action for 7 more seconds. And then the Hawks will go to the power play.
So, Jamie, you're a goalie dad. Like, why is it I find that there's a whole lot more saves now than in years past with the end of the stick? Why is that happening so much?
That is true. You probably notice about at least 2 a game where they go off the shaft of the stick.
You wouldn't think because it's so thin.
And the only explanation I can give you is that the players can shoot the puck up higher a lot easier than maybe in years past. And maybe that's why we notice it more. We're in the age of the Bardowski.
That we are.
Well, the Hawks are on the power play for another 45 seconds. That one just squeaks out of the zone. Agnew back. Moves it over to Gaudette. Gaudette to Cornette Patterson, who chips it in deep. And now Refuse tries to get a little body on him. And we end up taking the worst of that one. But Robichaud able to try to hold it off as 2 players digging in there. Hawks got to come up with this one as they get 2 players, 3 players now. Got to win that battle. And puck's put back in deep. Ranger player on the ice.
Oh.
Like a beached whale looking for a call of some sort. I don't know what was going on there. Had his feet arced up and his hands flailing. Nonetheless, Patterson puts it in. Goalie covers up, and we're back to 5-on-5.
The winning number is 249830. That number is 249830.
Just announced the 50-50 there. Who's buying?
There is a winner, but nobody's claiming the prize here in the 50-50. Oh, stretch pass. Tried to hit Van Horsen, the leading goal scorer of the league so far. Right up the middle. Casey now to Boudreau. Boudreau chip and go. Oh, he's hit at the last second. You know he's got wheels. If he uses them and those players are forced to hit him, he could draw lots of penalties. St. Clair tries to backhand that. That doesn't quite make it out. Second attempt goes all the way down. Rangers now trying to set something up as they move the puck off the glass, but that's knocked down by Robinson and shot right back in. Hawks going for a change. Nobody on the attack. McPherson comes in now, tries to force the pass up the wing. Rangers now trying to go through. Great job by Robinson to throw the body and slow him down. McPherson now, he gets banged up against the boards, but he's able to leave it there for his partner Cormier, who gets it in deep. Cormier, such a great long stick. He's kept that puck in a few times now. Cormier again turns around and fires right on. Rangers pick it up, try to flick it out the zone, and ends up going all the way down, and that's an icing.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you have a winner for the 50. We do have a winner for the 50. The winner is Alex Robinson.
Alex Robinson is your winner, but his wife's claiming the prize. The 50-50 winner.
Kept that quiet, but oh well.
Millier. Richard tried to go back to Millier. Had to be careful there. That almost got picked off. Millier now behind the net. McPherson to Cormier. Cormier over to Arsenault. Arsenault's been quiet. He got a little stick check there. Look for Arsenault to pick it up as he's one of our great second-year scorers.
Just thought I'd give a little bit of props there to Owen McPherson. He knew that hit was coming, but he carried it over the red line to avoid the icing, and team play.
Yeah, again, going back to those little things, Tony, blocking shots, taking hits, just making sure that you're doing the right things. Here's a 2-on-1, Bruno passes it to McFarland, slid off his stick. It slid off his stick as Cornette Patterson was probably looking for the pass back and got his head up a little too quick, and it just jumped off his stick. That's the second or third 2-on-1 that's brewed up here, though, for the boys, so they got their feet moving. Puck gets caught up in the linesman's skates, but Hawks come up with it as Refuse lays a hit. Refuse picks up the puck there. Along the side of the boards now, we got a four-man battle as everybody in there pushing around. Hard to see from this angle. That pass is knocked all the way across. Agnew picks it up, puts it in deep. Cornette Patterson behind, tries to hit Robichaud, but Robichaud wasn't sure it was coming. And Rangers come back the other way. They chip it in deep. As a battle begins behind the net. 2-on-2. Who's going to come up with it here? Hawks in. Nice check by Guedette there. He knocks his defenders off, comes up with the puck. And Jay tries to hit Robichaud to knock it in deep. They go for a change. Now it's a 2-on-2. Drop back off. Trying to cut into the middle. Back to his man. Oh, shot right on. Clear in front of the net. Got to be careful on these changes. We've seen two of them now where the Hawks just leisurely not paying attention to who's on the ice. Here's a chance. Great shot. Holy moly. I thought he was tied up, but he was able to get that stick on that puck and get it right on. Casey now. Casey puts it in. He almost takes a shot from behind. He had to be careful there as he braced himself. Rangers now looking for a quick streak. Got to be careful here, and they do. Now, quick little man coming through. Quick shot off a stick. Wide. Knocked in deep again by the Rangers. They try to center it right out front. A little flick out of the zone by Estabrooks as he looks to get his change. Rangers now trying to come in on the attack, trying to get around the defender. They do that ever so gently as they keep their feet moving, just try to get their arm around the defender and hope for either a call or a break. McPherson now tries to chip it out, but it's not. He gets the second go at it. Now Robinson back in the zone. Little reverse to McPherson. Tries to hit Cormier quick. Right up to Arsenault, and now the puck jumps the other way. D-to-D pass. Millier up to McPherson. McPherson enters the zone, chips it in, and goes and gets it. Arsenault's back there. McPherson's back there. And the Rangers able to pick it up first for a pass. Now Arsenault. Cormier doing a great job. Big hit there by Millier. Back the other way. Here we come. Robichaud. Arsenault. Arsenault just looking a little bit under the weather. I know he was sick last week, but just doesn't seem to have the legs he did the first part of the season. Here's a chance for the Rangers, but they get stood up. And now the Hawks are able to come back the other way. 47 seconds to go in this period. They hammer it in deep, going for a change. Robichaud in there to try to hold up. Burnett Patterson, he gets beat. Here they come. The Rangers walk right in. Quick shot. Can't let that happen as two guys were back, and he was still able to work his way. Another chance there. That guy's knocked down. Robichaud has got a chance to hit a streaking Burnett Patterson, but just couldn't see it in time. 15 seconds to go. That's shot in deep. A little pressure. Hawks knock it out of the zone, right back in, and that'll do it for the first period as your Moncton Hawks able to strike first. But the Rangers were close on the doorstep. Nonetheless, your Hawks are up 1-0 after the first.
We'll see you after the intermission.
Welcome back to the second, folks. Hawks looking to continue success in this period as they were hot at the end of her. Rangers always lurking. Great forecheck there by the Hawks. But back the other way. The Rangers able to chip it in and go after it. Millier is going to have to be quick. Little stick check. There's two of them back there. That one's out of the zone as the Rangers knock it right back in, but they got a man in deep. He's going to have to clear. Hawks have a little time here. But they're unable to get set up, and the Rangers able to take a chance here. A quick shot as they try to go up and over. Again, Hawks just looked a little lazy there. They had lots of time as the Ranger player was in deep. They had to clear, but nobody came back to allow them to set up and break out of the zone. Boudreau now, he's looking in the middle of the ice, tries to go through the skates. Puck squirts sideways. There's a chance for the Hawks, line right up, right in the breadbasket. As Casey gets a great chance there as he recognized it, he turned around and fired quickly. Rangers win the draw, knocked right off. McPherson going to be the first one to pick it up, sends it behind the net, back up to McPherson. They work it along the boards, and that's flicked out of the zone by the Rangers. Agnew back to retreat it, but it's an icing. Hawks able to control it off the draw. Agnew, quick shot. Lots of traffic there as it's shots right on, and the goalie able to smother it. Players may have broke away right at the last minute as it looked to be a perfect screen early. Here's another chance. Cadet now. Again, nobody in front. Rebound. He jumps on it as it almost worked out that time. I'd like to see one player in front of the net. The ref's going to call two players. Yep, the ref is going to throw two players after that skirmish in front of the net as he doesn't want to see anything. Again, Tony, I can't emphasize this enough. These are young boys with a little testosterone. Nothing to see there. They were just battling it out. Just the ref come in and say, hey, nothing after the whistle, I'm calling you next time. But again, two guys sent to the box. Even though it's still 5-on-5, it's just an unnecessary call.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that the refs have been a storyline to start the season.
Not to say the job is easy. I get it, but just a little leniency. That puck takes a bounce off the glass to the middle of the ice. Hawks had to be careful. Hawks, Boudreau hammered the last second. Puck wasn't on his stick. Could have been called for an interference there, but they let that one play out. Now, Agnew just molested there. As he was trying to get the puck, he had two hands wrapped right around him. Boudreau behind the net. He's looking to hold that puck in deep. McPherson comes to help. Puck jumping around. McPherson turns around and fires, and the goalie will cover that. No, he plays it as the Hawks go for a change. Patterson. That puck gets caught up in Gadet's skates as he was looking for it. Hit behind the net there as Rangers trying to chip and go here. Now through the neutral zone. Here come the Rangers, met with some resistance. The back ref calls that one. We just seen that happen to Agnew, no call, but it's going to be called this time. Oh, this ref's got his hand up too. So it looks like one ref called something. The other ref may not have liked it. He called somebody from the other team. We're going to find out here soon. Well, folks, FanDuel has this matchup between these two guys as a plus 15 penalties or more.
Get your parlays in. So apparently they both saw the same thing, or they came to the same conclusion after negotiation. I'm not sure.
I think what's happening here is we get a battle of the alpha refs here.
Oh.
One called something, and he's like, no. We've already called too many on one team. We need to even this out.
There's a mathematician in the group, eh?
I'm not saying I'm Einstein, but there is
anyway, we're on the power play.
There is 2 minutes up there. I'm not sure what's being called there. Oh, shot there by Robichaud. Just tried to sort of float that one in there as he went through the slot. It didn't even look like a shot attempt. Missed the net. Now Robichaud, under a little pressure, gets it up to Millier. Millier to Richard. Richard down. Refuse back up. Millier. Lots of traffic. Puts it off a heel as he was not able to get all the wood he wanted on that stick. Here's another little giveaway here by the Hawks again. Able to come back up with it. It looked like a simple little play there, but a little pressure just threw the momentum off. Hawks back in the zone, but not for long, as here come the Rangers back the other way. Trying to go through the legs. Jaden forced to cover it up as the Rangers come crashing in.
So that was a holding the stick call, so I'm happy to see one get called because I've eyeballed quite a few of holding the sticks for the first part of the game by the Rangers, so hopefully that'll nip some of that in the bud.
I mentioned that before. These Rangers do such a great job on flirting with that line between what's a penalty and what's not. The clutching, holding, or late interference, but they do a good job at it, so I can't complain when they have a strategy and they're working towards it. Boudreau now hits his man at the line. Back to Agnew. Agnew chips it down on the board. Back up to Agnew. Agnew looking for some room. He's under duress with nobody to go to. He's going to have to reverse it, but nobody's there, and they're going to shoot it down the ice. As again, the Hawks players all got a little deep there. No options. And 20 seconds to go on this power play. Arsenault all alone tries to chip it. And he drops it back. Agnew had to be sharp there as he wasn't quite ready for that one. Shot in deep. Rangers going to be the first on it. They're going to fire it up the boards. That squeaks off the stick. Cadet able to keep it in, but they're back to even strike. Cadet, quick shot. And the goalie loves that one down. Well, 5 minutes into this period, no team really able to find their momentum as a couple penalties been called. Seems to be a back and forth so far. Behind the net, Rangers able to make that pass, but unable to clear the zone now. In the slot is Cormier. Cormier down to McPherson. McPherson's got a little bit of room, but he goes to the other side. He gets hammered on the boards there. He gets a second hit. Not called at all. You've seen it, folks, yourself on the thing there. That one squeaks between his legs. Here's a great chance for the Rangers. The Rangers push in the goalie. So right there, a double hit, and then the goalie gets pushed into the net. No calls. And I don't mind that if it's consistent throughout the whole game, but you're going to start calling some stuff. Here's Millier now, over stick handles there. Millier going to be first on it, but he goes back to the line. Rangers trying to regroup. Here is Refuse. Big streaking shot gets knocked down at the line. They're trying to make something happen. Every time somebody falls, Tony, I don't know about you, but I keep looking at the refs. I'm just unsure what's going to be called now. If someone falls, I just look naturally. They let that one go, and we'll see it being let go for a couple shifts here, and then all of a sudden something will be called. So it's both ways, however, so nobody can complain. Here's a chance in the slot. Quick shot. Rebound off the boards. Great chance there by the Rangers. Millier now up to Robichaud. Robichaud able to get it in deep. He's going on the chase now. Hawks going for a change. Casey now trying to create a little havoc. He rolls out. Oh, big hit there. As it looked like Robichaud was going to get the best of the guy, but he extends his arm and Robichaud goes flying down. Now behind the net, Richford lets it go, as if he would have stopped it, that wouldn't have been good for his defenseman to pick it up. Now we got a battle ensuing in the corner. Rangers able to come up with it. They go behind the net, look for that centering pass. They like to do this so well. Now it's wrapped around the boards. Defenseman comes in and it's chipped out. Casey, great job there putting a little pressure on to hold off that pass from happening earlier than it did. Rangers now trying to move in around. Quick shot! Again, Tony, there's another one. We talked about it earlier, the shaft of the stick. And again, like we mentioned, those Rangers just super sneaky going wide. They just seem to be able to get around. And here's a chance for Moncton. He's got the speed. He can't quite get any wood on that, as he was trying the same thing, but I think he stopped his feet from moving, and he was just trying to hold off his defender and do the best he could. Boudreau tries to go straight through, picks up the puck on the other side. I think he was looking for a shot. He tries to center it real quick to Casey. Goalie blocks that. Now the Rangers trying to make a pass through the neutral zone there, but had to chip it off the boards, and St. Clair sends it right back in. Rangers going to try it again. Rangers little flick, but St. Clair picks it up the other way. Ref's got his hand up. I'm not sure what's being called here. Is this a high? No, it's a penalty. I'm not sure what's happening. I didn't see anything there, but interference? Looks like an interference call. I didn't see anything there, but not that I want to be nitpicky anymore on the refs, but Rangers back on the power play. Hawks going to have to do all they can to hold off the attack here. Rangers able to win the draw. They try to send it back in deep. Millier fires it around the ice, and that'll make its way out. Cormier trying to angle as you see him cutting across, trying to get that stick involved. Cross ice pass. It was trickling. They enter the zone. Great stick there by Millier. Millier, I'd like to see him be aggressive there with that stick. He could have poked that one off. Here's Cormier now. Cormier fans on the shot. Richard going to have a little bit of room here, and he's able to get it down the length of the ice. Baskin, he plays it up. Rangers over the line. Good little bump there, but the puck's left as he works his way to the slot. Quick shot right on. Rebound, save. Rebound again. You had to be sharp there as Jaden couldn't control that first rebound. They were almost able to squeak in the rebound. And hand pass called by the linesman.
Yeah, great save there by Jaden on that rebound, getting out that pad real quick.
But we talked about the little simple things, blocking shots, taking hits. Well, there's another one. Just put the puck on net and get yourself in front of the net. You have a chance at a goal. Rangers player, even though that one was high and mostly controlled by some of the goalies, if it does fall and you get a swat at it, you can have a good chance.
If you've got a guy driving the net, like it's tough on a goalie, you see that guy coming down on you.
It definitely pressures the goalies too. They know they got to make that save or else. McPherson He's very active in the penalty kill. Does a great job here as he holds off his guy, takes a little bump there, tries to work it. He's got two. Now Refuse comes in. They're doing a great job, the two of them. Refuse now tries to create a disturbance. Finally digged out, little flick pass. Refuse coming back hard. I like to see that, and he's back. First one on the puck. Great job in the corner. First one back to pick up that puck. Now, here's the leading scorer working towards the middle of the ice. They drop it back. Robinson trying to get his stick on it. And now Refuse taking a hit. He gives up the puck this time. McPherson tries to get his stick involved. Great job there by Robinson. A little poke check. McPherson in for a bump. Puck's out to the point. Quick shot. Knocked down almost. Down and low as it looked like that puck was going to sail up high in the chest protector of Richford, but got deflected down like kind of similar. Puck squirts out. Richford's got to be quick. We've seen that first goal on the power play last time where they shot it from the point. Richford tried to catch it up high in the first period of last game, and it got deflected right down. That same thing almost just happened. And now
we've got a penalty to the Hawks.
The Hawks are being...
Well, there was a hand that went up.
I seen a hand up, but I'm not sure what was going on there. I just turned my head after I was explaining that last power play tip. Yeah. And the Hawks going back in the box as... I'm not sure. What was the call for? Do you know, Tony?
Well, Casey came in there to clear the front of the net after the whistle to get the guy, the Rangers kid, away from Richford. So
okay,
a little bit too aggressive on that one.
Well, Rangers back on the power play again. What can you say? Great job there by the Hawks as they're trying to put on lots of pressure. Active sticks going on here. Here's a Boudreau coming up the line. Shot in a tip wide. Again, Rangers doing a great job moving the puck here, but Cornette Patterson trying to get involved, trying to get that stick. Watch this far guy on the far side as, again, those Rangers sneaky on the back side of the nets here. You find yourself in a battle and everybody's so focused on the puck, and then you have a defenseman sneaking in off the post. Great screen in front. Just couldn't quite find the back of the net. Finds the post on that one. Back up to the point. Way over. That's just chipped off. Boudreau's got to get in there quick. Try to disturb it. Quick shot from the point. No, he elects to go back down low. And a turn and shoot, but goes to the point. Rangers just having all kinds of success here, holding that puck in. Eventually it squirts out. And Boudreau overskates it. Put his hands up. Not sure what happened there. Something may have happened. Maybe it hit a glove he was contesting. Puck's not shot out. Here's a chance right from the line. Ooh, that didn't miss by much. As the Rangers all over the Hawks here. They're moving the puck here. Agnew now trying to get a stick involved. Gadet's in there now. Boudreau's got to have his head on a swivel looking for the backdoor pass. Great job so far keeping them to the outside, but they're moving this puck really well. Here's a shot tipped up and out of play, and thank goodness because the Hawks are going to need to regroup. 10 seconds to go here. Definitely the most success the Rangers have had at moving that puck around and creating a good chance.
I had the Hawks hemmed in there for a minute and 50 seconds straight on the power play in their own zone. Good to get a whistle.
Draw one by the Rangers right out to the point. Quick shot. There it is. A blocked opportunity. And Arsenault just can't quite get to it. But that's why we talk about the simple ABCs of the game and why it matters. You block that shot, you almost get a chance at a breakaway the other way. Hawks, Agnew. Somebody lost the net guard on the ice. Hawks able to get it in. Cormier's on it. Cormier takes a bump. Now McPherson throws the body. The puck's in. Here's a chance from a sharp angle, and then Cormier goes down almost like he was slashed, but he got back up right away. McPherson now tried to turn and fire that puck. So did the Rangers. And both players are batting zero. Cormier back up to the line, but doesn't quite make it. Rangers able to intercept that. 3-on-2 brewing up. As that gets knocked away, here's a chance for a rebound. Quick shot. Jaden on the post. It just smothers that. Well, I feel like we haven't been in the Rangers zone in about 20 minutes.
Yeah. Well, we got a fresh line coming out and some 5-on-5 play, so hopefully we can turn that around.
Rangers are pressing, even though there hasn't been too many actual shots on net. They've been pressing these last couple shifts, although they have been on the power play for a few of them as well. They try to go straight through there, but here's another shot from the point, gloved down by Richford. Hawks a little bit on their heels this period, but they're holding off as much as they can until they can recharge the tank. Hawks win the draw. St. Clair over to Robinson. Robinson moves it up the boards. Now up to Robichaud. Robichaud across the line. Tries to center that. I would have liked to seen that right on net and Refuse driving the net, but instead, Rangers come back the other way. That's knocked down by St. Clair, but tries to clear the zone, but that doesn't get quite out of it. Now behind the net, 2 Rangers. St. Clair able to come out with it. Moves it over to Robichaud. Robichaud cross ice pass to Cornette Patterson, who flicks it in. Oh, he gives a shot to the head. That could have been penalized there. They let that one go as he was getting hit. It was low. He threw his hand out, and I think that end and butt end of the stick caught the helmet. Here's a chance for the Rangers. Partial break. But the Hawks get back quick. They get some sticks involved. Boudreau, he cuts across the line. I don't know what he was doing there, but he still got it as he cut into the traffic. And everybody was there. It was like bowling. At the Bowlerama. Nice little move by Guedet as he sidesteps a for sure hit. Now the Rangers just throw their guy down. Again on Casey, a little bit late as he already stopped him from moving forward but then finished the hit. I think that's the kind of stuff that we're unsure of, what gets called and what doesn't. I don't mind that play there where even if he would have got by, it probably wouldn't have changed much. But it's just not consistently being the case here. That pass is off the mark. Rangers able to keep it in as Van Horsen tries to center it. So far this game has been lacking in, oh, there's some physicality. I was just going to say some hits. We haven't seen much hitting, especially on the forecheck where the puck's jumped in and then the players lay in the body. So mostly at the line. There's a nice little bump by Richard as he bumps his man off the puck. Hawks able to come out with the puck as they flick it through. Arsenault's going to try to get through. There's a little pick by the Rangers. We talk about how they play that line of interference, but yet playing the puck, and they did a great job at it there as Arsenault was coming the other way. St. Clair turns around and fires that back in as all his guys were still in the zone. He had no option there. Brody Esterbrook's in there. Brody tries to center it. Now to Robinson. Robinson should have probably turned around and just fired that puck. Tried to make that extra pass. Now here's a 3-on-1 brewing up, but the stick of St. Clair able to knock that down from happening. Rangers able to keep it in deep. A little reverse to Robinson in the corner. Robinson reverse again. Nobody's there. St. Clair's got to curl back. He's got to be sharp as he was under duress. And now along the boards, the Hawks just seem like their feet are flat here. We look like pylons out here. Everybody's moving their feet. Everybody's tired.
Another well-timed whistle. There's some fresh legs out there.
Yeah, not quite as lackadaisical as that first period the other day, but we have seen a little bit of lazy play here in the last couple shifts by the Hawks. I hope they just are getting caught with a couple good shifts by the Rangers, as I'd like to see some more get it in deep and just work that puck and build the confidence back up. Refuse now, right over to Patterson. Patterson, quick shot, rebound! Oh! There was a rebound there, but it's like our guys are not ready for it. That was a great chance, but Robichaud was going to the net with a stick up in the air.
That was a juicy rebound.
And it's not like they don't practice this in practice. We do lots of drills where somebody's in front of the net. That's reversed to Patterson. Patterson now behind the net. He moves it up the boards, but it's a little bit too far. Robichaud unable to do the stops and starts as his man comes across, tries to lace a backhand in there. Here's a chance for Patterson to hit his streaking man, cut off. Robichaud may have cut into the middle a little bit too early before Cornette Patterson could settle things down for that pass. Boudreau comes in with a hit, able to give it to Millier. Millier, quick shot. That gets knocked down. Millier's got a great, ref's got his hand up in the air. Looks like the Rangers are going to go in the box this time. I didn't see anything there, but we'll take it. This is one of those games where I don't think anybody's getting their way. It's just going to have to be a put your head down and really work hard type of game. That might be the difference. It's a 1-0 game here. And I would definitely say the Rangers have probably had the better opportunities in the game.
Rangers only to number 22, Ethan McHale. He was the cross-checking at 1.1. That's Rangers only to number 22, McHale. He was the cross-checking at 1.1.
Boudreau now, he's stick checked. Two guys on him. He's got to be careful. He stepped on that puck. Did a spinorama like a ballerina. McPherson tries to get through that neutral zone. Rangers doing a great job holding them at bay, but they turn around and fire that one down the ice. Now Eli back to pick things up. Way up the boards to Casey. Casey stops. And that stop allowed the Rangers to get on that puck and shoot it down the ice. So one storyline coming into this has been the inability for the Hawks to score on the power play. We're seeing it again in this game. Not so much once in a while, but they're not even able to get it set up in the zone here the last couple power plays here. As Estabrook's quick little shot as he tried to use the screen. And 0-0 period there for both teams, but a 1-0 game for your Hawks. They were a little bit back on their heels that one. We'll hope they can recharge coming into this third period, but they're in a better position than they were the first game. So we'll catch you in the third. Back for the third and final period. We're in a battle here at the fourplex. Hawks looking to hold off the Rangers. 20 to go. Hawks win the draw. A couple D-to-D passes. Watch out for that wet ice. That's just off the mark. Jumps up and out of the zone. Rangers now. Stretch pass called off there. So Richard back. He's got to be quick. No, giveaway. Little wraparound attempt. Again, those Rangers really sneaky from behind the net as they work their way and get a lot of scoring chances that way. Cormier now chips it in behind the net. Penalty's over. Watch out for the streaking player. Hawks knock it in, but they got to clear the zone as that's offside. Got to be careful here. The Hawks going for a change. We've seen what happened a few times here as Rangers try to do a quick up attack. Doesn't work this time. Great job there by the Hawks putting a little pressure on as they almost create a 2-on-1. Guedette now works it along the boards. He comes out with it. Now mix of players involved. Cormier back. He goes off the boards to Guedette. Guedette puts it in deep. Now Casey trying to apply a little pressure. Agnew's got to retreat as the Rangers come back. McPherson in there to bump his man, and that causes an offside at the last second. Close games here Friday night. We got the Flyers and the the Caps in a 3-2 battle over at the Uniplex. 1-goal game and another one here between your Hawks and Rangers. Robinson back. Being pressured as he tries to make a play, but it's knocked right back in. That's off the mark of St. Clair, and Rangers come back out with it. St. Clair tries to push his man off. Tried to make a sneaky pass to McPherson. McPherson tried to give it right back, but gave it to the slot area. Good recovery by the Hawks. As players put down on his behind there by Robinson. I took a look towards the refs again, Tony. I don't know about you. Even though that one was okay, you just can't help but look.
Yeah, he lowered the boom there. They're talking about it coming off the ice here.
Hawks win the draw. Melia now up the boards to Cornette Patterson. He gives it away. Here's a chance for the Rangers in the slot, but he's stick checked at the last second, and the Hawks able to come back the other way. 3-on-2 brewing up. They dump it in, though, and go on the chase. Melia jumps in, but he backs up right away once everybody gets back in there. Rangers now from behind the net. Up through the neutral zone, but off the mark. Richard coughs up that puck, able to chip it out last second, though. Robichaud now. He gets hip checked. Puck's not in deep, but Rangers bring it back in deep. Now Refuse off the wall. Puts a shot on net, but he was all by himself. Rangers looking for a stretch pass. Patterson. Oh, another call coming up here. I'm not sure what's going on, as there's some wrestling going on in the back. A little WWE action here on the back end, as Cornette Patterson gets body slammed at the ringette line.
Well, like you said earlier, they're getting called on both teams, so.
Rangers win the draw this time. That goes off a glass divider right through the middle of the ice. Little reverse to Gadet. Gadet moves it up ice now. He's got room to skate. He's in deep now behind the net. He stops, centers it up front for a quick shot that goes off the skate. That was a great chance there by the Hawks. And now Arsenault moving to the slot. He's got a great shot. I'd like to see him just snipe a couple from there. Estabrooks too, our call-up. He can put that puck in a close range. Here's a shot from the point. From the wingette line, side boards. Again, down low to Arsenault. Arsenault, side of the boards now. Back down to Estabrooks. Estabrooks got some shifty hands. Back up high. Down to Estabrooks. He's got some room to walk in. Leaves it. Well, Cormier puts a shot right on. Nice save by the goalie as he makes that look easy.
Yeah, you're right about that. Estabrooks is as dangerous as anybody from up close.
Yep. Small in stature, but you give him some room. He's got some nifty hands. That one's wrapped all around, kept in by Richard. Richard now has got some room in front of the net. Little tip. There's a great chance, but it was only Cormier in front as Arsenault was over to the other side. If he would have been in a little closer, he may have a chance for that rebound again. Goalie's just gloving down these pucks. That's about his fourth glove save, which totally tells me nobody's in front of the net. He's got good eyes on that puck. Better job getting it to the point, but just not so much getting in front of that net. That's the missing ingredient here. And with all these chances from the point, you got to make one of these count, especially when you're in a close game like this. Here's a shot and gloved again by the goalie. As I'll tell you this right now, if that shot misses the net, that wraps all the way around the boards, and that's a break for the Rangers. I'd like to see that one down low. Unless you know for sure you got that top corner.
Yeah, exactly. There's no rush.
Rangers win another draw. We've seen a couple now as the Hawks have been so dominant earlier on. Millia's got to be quick to get that in as that bobbled off the stick. Now Casey behind the net. Casey to Boudreau. Boudreau back up to Richard. One person in front of the net. Boudreau now. Quick shot. That doesn't make it quite through. It's Millier back. That'll do it for the penalty. We're back to 5-on-5. Here come the Hawks trying to move in. The puck just skips off their stick. They try to keep it in deep, however. Rangers come back the other way. Rangers bobble the puck. They make a pass through the neutral zone. Quick shot, rebound, quick shot. Jaden slides over with the save. As that's exactly what I'm talking about, Tony. That was a simple shot from up high, just between two defenders. But you seen the Rangers players just drive into the net and get on that puck real quick. That's sort of what we've been missing down low there. And even though it doesn't always contribute to a goal, it only takes one. Back and forth off the draw. Hawks chip it forward. Patterson gets hit in the boards. Refuse finishes his check. Now a shot from a sharp angle, but low right in front of the net. Nobody there to pick it up. These shots, again, from the side. Nobody's got their stick ready to pull the trigger. That one's way up in the air. Got to be careful here as St. Clair gets burned by 17. He's a good one. Great job by Robinson out front. Just squirts through the Rangers' stick as everybody was looking the wrong way. And when that puck went out to the slot, nobody's seen it. There's a tip right to the side of the net. I thought that was going in. As the Rangers just looking for that one opportunity, and the refs calling two people here. As maybe he's not calling. Oh, he is calling two here. I didn't see who he was calling, but
I thought it was 17.
I thought so too. I think they may have been sneaky there. If It was supposed to be. That'll be a big miss by the ref, as that's their number one player. Here's a shot from the point. That basically was a sand wedge from the bunker. Arsenault now, he's been quiet. He's looking for a chance here. And he throws the body at the end of that one. It's in deep now. Now, Cormier gets involved, and here comes Estabrooks. That trickles off the stick of Agnew. And then Cadet picks it up, but he almost loses the mark too. Rangers just all over the D. They've been pressuring all night, causing turnovers. And now here's a chance. Arsenault staying up high. Tries to do the toe drag. Oh, he loses the mark. And thought that was going to be called, as they kind of went in awkwardly there. I thought they were going to call Arsenault on the boarding. Here's a chip from out front.
Healed it.
Right to Cormier as Estabrooks. The call-up almost contributing there. Cormier now. Hawks looking a little bit more alive here. Centering pass. That shot's just off the marker. Back out to the D. Millier, quick shot low. Rebound off the boards. Quick tip. And that's just why Cormier was right there, but that jumped over his stick. This is what we need here. That chip right on. McPherson was there. Now behind the net. He's got to be quick. Out to Cormier. Cormier misses that. Goes to Richard. Back down to Cormier. Cormier's got some room to walk. Just put it on net. He goes for the cross pass as Millier was coming in. Millier puts it down low to McPherson. Richard's got to be careful here as he's back. Down low to hold that in. Arsenault works the boards. Little chip up, but over the stick of Richard and out. Millier now tries to center pass. Scores! It hooks in. There's a great job driving the net.
Exactly.
Stick on the ice. Puck to the back of the net. Rangers still so deadly here. You got to be careful, but the Hawks have turned it on the last couple of shifts. There's a giveaway in the zone, though, as the Rangers continue to apply pressure down low. Really good. There's another attempt to clear, but it's unsuccessful as the Rangers try to move it to the middle of the ice. And the Hawks able to come up with it and get it back down in deep. The Rangers are moving and grooving, but so are the Hawks. We're in for a treat here at the end. Here's the Rangers trying to bump it up, and the Hawks will have none of that. Hawks come back the other way as Gaudette moves in. Quick little shot between the legs, but he's hammered at the end. But great shot attempt there as he tried to use the defensive screen. There's a hook. Jay.
It's a head contact call. But there was a plain hook.
Okay, I'm sorry, folks. I thought you seen that straight up. Cornette Patterson was hooked and fell with the puck. But it's Refuse going to the box. So I'm not sure. We all seen who had the puck and who got tripped. But Refuse gets the call. I would have liked an explanation there. If I was a coach, I would have asked, hey, what just happened there? That was just totally weird. I don't think anybody in the stands knew that was the call about to happen. And that's a head contact call, but only 2 minutes. So we continue to... There's a nice hit there by Millier as he shoots it down the ice. Last game, they were consistent with the head contacts at 4 minutes. typically we see them go back and forth depending on the situation. Rangers get it in deep, jump and chase. They leave it back for the D-man, but Cormier tries to pick it up on the boards. Cormier trying to block it from the point. They go back down low. Millier now on the chase. Arsenault with a stick that hops over everybody's stick as they get it back down low. Fired around the boards. Not quite out. This time, Arsenault's got to be quick and tried to get a little cute there. I would have liked to seen that just down deep and change. But no harm, no foul that time. Rangers now in on the attack as they get it back to the point. Little drop back, two guys in front. Hammer time, deflection almost in on the far side. As again, the Rangers did a great job there getting two guys in front of the net, which causes one of our D to also crash. And there's a chance as that just scurries through. And Van Horsen comes through with the knee off the goalie. I want to see some Hextall and that little guy. Don't let anybody in that crease without a poke back. But he's being cautious in a close game, I'm sure. Another draw one with only 15 seconds left. This was a big win by the Rangers here to hold it in. Let's see if it's a shot on net, save, rebound, clear down the ice, and thank goodness for Chef Boyardee that the Hawks are able to kill what looked like was going to be our power play. Let's see if the Hawks can get back to their strong last couple shifts before that call. That one's centered and picked up by the Rangers, and they come with a heap of steam the other way. Gaudet holds off his defender. He's strong back there. They really lean on him. He does a great job this time. Rangers back in, cut into the middle. Stick check last second. Now back to the point, chipped in deep. Watch this streaking man come in. Puck hops off everybody's stick, though, and Hawks able to get to it first. And Boudreau now just with a little flick, but not in deep. Rangers come back the other way. Boudreau's going to have to pick up 17 as he's all alone, but that's a giveaway again the other way. And here comes Millier jumping up. Somebody's going to have to back him up. Rebound. Nice little glove down save. Hawks got it back down low. Robichaud had to be careful there. Now he gets it down to Refuse. Refuse tries to go right back to Robichaud, but didn't get enough on it. Good job there by Richard as he pinched to keep that in. Now Robichaud's in there trying to create some havoc. He's got his partner in crime digging in the mix with him. Rangers come back the other way looking for that break pass, and that's offside as team showing a little frustration.
Shout out to Joshua Martin. Joshua Martin's helping us out controlling the clock. Thank you, Josh.
He'll be invited to the broadcasting Christmas party. As he works the scores on your live feed. Rangers now through the neutral zone. Nice little dish up front. Look for them to put everything towards the net and drive the net this period. Whoa, Jaden's got to be careful. It's up front. That bounced off the boards, went between his legs, and he had to be maybe a little lucky there. Patterson throws the body in. He takes his guy down. He wrapped his arm. I think he's going to be called for this. Oh, another shot to the head. Patterson's done for the game, I bet you this time.
I bet you he's got the guy for embellishment. Did you see the head snap back?
Well, he's thrown out of the game. I see it. Well, maybe he's not. That might be a costly call. No matter what, even if the guy sticks you in the twig and berries, you got to hold your composure with 5 to go. They've had how many power plays? You just can't quite keep giving them. That's going to be a 4-minute for sure. 6 minutes. 6-minute penalty here. This might be the difference.
Initial penalty, right? And then he probably took a 4 head contact one afterwards.
That's a huge, huge call here late in the game.
But he should have called embellishment. I mean, if that's who I think it is, he's notorious.
Nonetheless, Tony, you can't swing your hand at a guy's head and expect to get away with it.
No.
And when your team's up 2-0, you can't be doing that. Unacceptable. But nonetheless, the Hawks been good on the penalty kill so far. But like I said, they're up for a tall order now. 6 minutes. 6 minutes here. So the rest of this game, the Hawks will be shorthanded. Rangers. There's a nice little chip play. Got to be careful here. We don't want to get caught in deep. Casey, he's there though. Great chance. Puck slow. Where is it? Puck's on the thing. Puck's on the net. Great chance. That's a good chance to keep that puck down in the neutral zone. Or sorry, the offensive zone. What I was scared of there, Tony, was if Casey got in too deep and the goalie would have been able to kick it out, it could have been a 5-on-2 the other way. You got to be careful. You almost have to let Arsenault go and hope for the best on that one, and he did. He held back just enough, just in case. Again, a nice stretch pass up the boards, but Richard's back there as he tries to put on the brakes of the Rangers, moving that puck around, but they're doing a good job. They're a really good puck control team, and yes, the Rangers player gets called for what seems to be unsportsmanlike. I can't hear what's going down on the ice, but it must have been bad enough. I mean, you are on a great opportunity. That's going to help us Hawks for sure. Just when you think it's crazy, it gets crazier again. It's a back and forth affair. You'll pull your hair out watching these games.
If I had hair, I would.
Well, I still got lots of it.
Oh, there you go.
But enough about me and Tony. Let's get back to the bread and butter. The Hawks, 4-on-4. For a little bit of this period. Rangers try to regroup in the zone. They're trying to get a little bit of momentum moving into the zone. They drop it back, looking for a shot, and the slot was Van Horsen. Here's a shot, looking for a rebound, but picked up by the Hawks as they go back the other way. Hawks just want to get this down low and not give any offensive opportunities. Just push it down low and kill. Nice little move by Van Horsen as he goes through the legs. And Refuse there to pick up the bouncing puck. Refuse so strong. Second hit there as Rangers get away with one there as one hit happened, then the second. Here's a streaking guy. Gotta watch out for him. Nice little dish off the skates. Richford the save. He wasn't sure he had it. He looked behind him. But he's able to stop this one. Hawks getting involved in this, talking after the whistle. You see the Rangers trying to hoax them into something. They're just going to have to stay out of that garbage and get through this period. They got 37 seconds, and then they have to go back to the penalty kill. This game is far from over. Rangers again winning the draws. Another penalty coming against the Hawks. This is crazy stuff, folks. Oh. Let's see if he's going to pull him down. No, it's a penalty. It's a penalty. Thank goodness, folks, I got this mic on because you would not want to be hearing the words coming out of my mouth right now. But that's why they got me mic'd up, to settle my emotions. So.
Yeah, we've seen this story before. Against the Flyers, we had a long 5-on-3.
Ladies and gentlemen, the last 6 minutes of this game has had 10 minutes of penalties. And now we're on a 5-on-3.
Josh wants to raise on the scorekeeping there.
Got to get that active stick going as the Rangers coming close. Out front, quick shot. Nice job by the Hawks Smootho to get a stick involved. That's what it takes. Now they're back to 5-on-3. Shot for the point. Oh, nice job as the player takes it in the... Oh, out front, over the net. The puck's everywhere. 5-on-3 action for the rest of this period. Richford with a glove. And just to let you know, it's a 6-on-3 as the goalie on the other end is gone. They're really going to have to play a tight triangle. Hold everything to the outside. There's no way they're going to be able to hold this off. Or can they? Let's find out here as it's back to the line. They don't like it. They regroup, looking for that one-timer. Richford the save.
And hopefully no rebound.
You betcha. That means they're clearing the net just enough with the 3 guys they have on the ice. This is crazy action here to end this game. 2 to go, empty net. All you got to do is flick it down the ice. That's if you can get possession. Let's see here who wins. The Rangers come back up with it. A little hook. No goal. Oh my goodness. The far shot. Richford the save. Holy moly, folks. My hands are sweaty. Not sure what to think or do. Just pray for the best as the Rangers able to win another one. Gotta be careful here as the puck squeezes through. The puck's off the mark. That's wrapped all the way around, but not out. But here comes the defender. Tries to hold him off. Now from the point, looking cross ice. Arsenault was there with a stick last second. Now behind the net, try to move it out. Quick shot from a bad angle. Probably not the shot you want to take out of 5-on-3, but we'll take it. Now cross ice off the skate, as that was just off the mark. 27 seconds ago, the first one way over, tipped. Hawks doing everything they can to get bodies in front of the net. Another chance, another block. Richford's got another save, another save. Oh, the whistle went.
He had 2 extra saves on the rebound after the whistle went.
There's 17 seconds left, and then it's a 5-on-4.
You know what they say, Jamie? Your best penalty killer has to be your goaltender.
I don't know what's going on. All as I know is this is crazy ending. And it's not over yet. Now from the spot, quick shot. And that's blocked. I think the Hawks are doing an amazing job here at this 5-on-3, just getting in front of shots, doing all they can. Lots of traffic. Another stick gets on the puck. Chips it wide. Puck's knocked out of the zone. Just for a breakaway. Oh, it's an open net by Refuse. Just misses. We're under a minute to go. Refuse is in there. He's trying to hold off the attack. He's got to get back now. One player's hurt. Dom comes off. Another guy comes on. Here's a last chance. As the Rangers trying to set things up. 30 seconds to go here. Down low. Hawks just trying to get it out. Along the boards, everybody's there. There's one guy all alone in front of the net. They're looking for that cross-ice pass, but that's knocked away. 20 seconds to go. Back to the point. Quick shot. Rebound. Oh, there. Richard's got it. No, as he pokes the goalie. Almost takes his arm off after the whistle. As the Rangers were trying to get to that, that just fell behind Richard right along the post. And he had to be quick there. 18 seconds to go here in this game. I feel much better now than when it was 6-on-3. I don't know about you, Tony.
Yeah.
Whew. This is a big draw here. I'd like to see these Hawks win that draw and just pin it on that boards. If there was ever a draw to win, but this one isn't it. Oh, a little shake and bake, scores! And it's not over yet, as the draw was the determining factor there. The Hawks just were unable to win a draw in this third period or this second half of the game, but they did a tremendous job on all those penalty kills. But with 13 seconds to go, we got a 6-on-5 game.
Need to bear down here still.
We got to win this and get it in deep. And the Rangers able to win it. The Hawks jump on it, unable to get it in deep. Rangers back the other way, trying to set it to the middle, and that's knocked out of play with 3 seconds to go. Hopefully that'll do it. But holy moly, what a game this was. The puck's coming down low here. So this definitely will be the biggest draw of the game, because 3 seconds is enough to fire this on net. Everybody going to the net. I don't know about you, Tony, but I would find out who my best centerman is, and I'd be making sure he's on it. And I think Cormier has been our best centerman. He's not on his strong side, however.
Yeah. Don't let it get through to the net. That's be the main thing.
Oh, the draw's one! Quick shot! Richard, the blocker save, and that'll do it. Well, hold on. There's still action happening here as the Rangers are pushing back. But it's settled down quickly. And your Hawks survive a scare there at the end and win by a score of 2-1. The craziest 6 minutes you have ever seen in hockey. The Hawks back to their winning ways as they got 2 in a row now. What a game. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time, Sunday. This time at the Rangers Barn.
At the Rangers Barn. So 10:30 start time, Sunday morning. Tune in if you care to see some good hockey. Again.
We'll see you there.